Hey yo, welcome to Parker's Reefs. On today's episode, we're going to do another tank tour and visit Jono in Adelaide. Check out his beautiful 6-foot mixed reef. All right, thank you for joining me on yet another episode of Parker's Reefs. And as touched on in the intro, today we are looking at another tank tour. In fact, tank tour 2 of my trip to Adelaide. And I say my trip to Adelaide, it's actually a family holiday to Adelaide that I managed to squeeze in a couple of tanks whilst I was there. And Jono's is one fantastic example of a true mixed reef, from some sensational soft corals, some beautiful LPS corals, and some ridiculous SBS growth he has in this custom system with some beautiful fish as well, along with some really interesting infrastructure which makes this system all work together. So I'm certain everyone is going to get a lot out of this video. I know I learned a lot from some crazy 3D printed camera mounts, all the way through to an innovative new way to feed nori to your fish through a pretty cool little clip. Lots to take in this video, so get yourself comfortable, make sure you've got a drink, and enjoy everything there is to see in Jono's 6-foot mixed reef. All right, we are here at Jono's. He has made the time available for us to come over and check out this incredible reef tank and the little frag tank on the side there. It's super, super exciting. So firstly, thank you, Jono, for making it possible. Really do appreciate it, inviting me into your home and showing everyone here on Parker's Reefs this awesome reef tank you've got here. Can you tell us what sort of, what tank is it? What sort of size? Is it a custom build?
Yeah, so this is actually a custom build. I actually picked it up second hand.
Yeah, right.
So I started reefing about 4 years ago. I had a 4-foot tank.
Okay.
You know, your 4-foot aqua one, which everyone seems to start with. Quickly outgrew that, mostly because of this guy here.
Yes.
So this popped up and it was just, yeah, let's grab that. So we grabbed this and slowly built it up from the ground up. So
amazing. What sort of dimensions are we looking at?
So it's 6 foot long,
yep.
2.5 foot deep and 2 foot high.
Yeah, nice, nice.
So it sits at around 220 gallons, but with the frag tank and the sump, it's around 1,000 litres.
Yeah, definitely. And that's that's the exact same dimensions as my previous tank.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
I know it well. It's a stunning sized tank. And you said this one, so you've been reefing for about 4 years, did you say?
Roughly about 4 years,
okay,
yes.
And this one, how long is this
Just
one?
Just under 2. So December will hit 2 years.
Yeah, nice, nice. So this is your second tank?
This is my second tank, yeah.
Wow, it looks fantastic for that sort of time frame in the hobby. It looks a treat. Look at all this SBS growing. We will get to all of the livestock a little bit later on, but maybe we'll go through some of the infrastructure, because you've got a heck of a setup going on here. Looking at the light frame, it's all happening up here. I love a bit of custom light frame action with all sorts of different optics and things going on there. Yep. So yeah, if it's okay with you, we'll go through some infrastructure starting at the top.
So at the top we've got the Hydra 52 HD. So you know, old lights still grow coral.
You bet.
So they're still going all right. There's a few burnt lenses here and there, but for the most part they've been really good. And
wouldn't be an AI without some burnt lenses.
That's it. And then the blades were added about 6 months ago now. Okay. So I had some custom brackets made up from someone I know in the industry here.
Yes.
And fitted them off so they can be tilted and directed. And it was just trying to solve some of the shading issues with some of the bigger colonies and stuff.
For sure, yeah. Get some angling going on there. And
that's it.
Add some different LEDs, different optics, and as you say, getting these angle mounts works a treat.
Yeah, and they're all the grows, not just the AO blade grows.
Yes, yep. Did you notice any sort of big change in the tank when you...
Not a whole lot, other than my Zoas got really grumpy at the front.
Yeah, right.
I think just that extra light hitting the front of them, they got a bit grumpy for a few months, and they've sort of come back a bit now. So.
Interesting, yeah. Well, it goes to show maybe the AR52s were definitely carrying the weight before that, no trouble at all.
Yeah, I mean, like par ratings, it still sits at around 500 at the top of the tank, so it gets plenty of light.
No shortage of light there. Yeah. Exactly. Well, coming down into the tank, I'm curious by what these devices are above the tank.
So they're actually fans. Yeah. So I found them online probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
Picked them up. They're thermostat controlled, so they'll turn on and off as the temperatures hit higher, which isn't like the house is pretty well insulated, so we're very lucky in the sense that it doesn't need a chiller or anything like that.
Yeah. You're in a beautiful big open plan area here.
So plenty of air volume. It doesn't get over that sort of 25.5 degrees, and then the fans will kick in and just bring it down. So
yeah. And they look like they're specifically designed to blow that air right across the surface.
Yeah, and you can tilt them and angle them so where you want them. So.
That's going to work true. Do you know if they're aquarium specific or they're designed for something else?
They're made by Jabao, I believe.
Yeah, right,
their brand,
I've never seen them before. They look a treat. Just nice, real slim profile, rather than this big circular fan up there. I quite like that.
And then I've got my returns coming up over the top because I was too scared to drill the glass pretty much. Because this was a freshwater tank before I turned it into a reef tank.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's still got a weir.
Yeah, dual actually. So I got dual weirs both sides.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah. And then I've got the MP40s all across the back because I just wanted to keep the sides of the glass free.
Yes. Yep. So that brings us down to the next section there, flow. So you've got four MP40s.
Four MP40s. Yeah.
Yep. And then you've got some angled work going on in there with a return outlet.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Get flow going
gets
in
plenty
all
of flow.
directions.
Yeah, the sand stays in place for the most part. You know, you get a little bit blowing around here and there, but yeah, I think they run at about 60%. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, looks to be doing a great job. I mean, you've got SBS like with this stag here just growing in all directions. Even the Dallas here
that's the Dallas.
is shot up and then just gone off like a firework.
Yeah, the kryptonite at the top is just going nuts as well.
Yeah. And then combine that with some of like the softies and LPS and stuff. All looks to be super happy. So I'd say the flow is dialed in. Looks a treat. What about some of the infrastructure around the filtration and things like
I'll
that?
open up the base.
Yeah, let's see.
So got a big RTO, ATO at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Which is just like a brewing pickle jar sort of thing, so it works out well.
Makes life nice and easy, 60 litres in there.
Comes into the reef mat, and then I've got the skimmer, and then big fuge next to the skimmer.
Yep. So you got the big Red Sea
Reef
reef
that's the
mat
1200.
there.
Yep, works well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, wouldn't go back to socks. That was probably one of them. It was one of the key things when upgrading. I was like, no, don't want socks anymore.
Yeah, socks are...
So this sump that I picked up from, it's a My Reef Creation sump from America. It actually had it had a holder that held 6 socks.
Yep.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I cut it out. And
at least with 6, you can sort of do like 2 at a time, and it'll keep going, rather than having to do all 6 at a time. But I know what things are like if you're like me at all of a sudden you need to swap 6 at a time.
We'll regularly go away for 2-3 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
So we needed the tank to be able to run for that good 2-3 weeks, which is why you'll see there's cameras on the sump and the tank as well, so I can keep an eye on things.
Keep an eye on things while I can make sure it's all ticking along. Well, that filter roller is definitely going to help with that. And Red Sea make a great filter roller too. I've got to say.
Look, it's been great. I've never really had any issues with it. So
for sure. The biggest complaints I hear about them is they're bulky, but I mean you've got room.
Yeah, it's got the space.
And if anything, they're too good in that their rolls are quite fine. And if it's in an already fairly low nutrient tank, they can strip things even further.
Don't have problems with nutrients. That's one thing that this tank has gone completely off. It's very high nutrients.
Okay, yeah.
So my nitrates will sit around 30 to 50 for most of the time, and my phosphates normally between 0.1 and 0.25.
Yeah. To be honest, in modern reefing, I wouldn't say that's high. I'd say that's almost target value.
No,
so
that's it.
It works a treat. And the roller's not going to be stripping too much out there. It's just going to be maintained.
Oh, and the Cheeto grows like crazy. So I'm stripping that back every almost 2 weeks, supplying all the local fish shops with Cheeto.
Nice one. Doing a treat. And you got the Great White, that's a...
it's a Great White 7.
7, yep.
Yeah, no, it's been great.
It's got some great foam in there and got some nice dark skimmate working a treat. Then you roll into the refugium, and that's lit by a Tunzi.
Little Tunzi, that's it.
Nice. Hey, well, you just said how well it grows, so it obviously lights it quite nicely.
Yeah, when we go away at the end of the year, so normally we're away for 2-3 weeks, we'll come back and it'll be growing out of the water.
Yeah, right.
Like it fills up the whole chamber. It'll just be like a rectangular block of Cheeto in there.
Perfect. Just pull it out like a kitchen sponge.
Just pull it out, rip it in half, take them down a 20-litre bucket.
Yeah, beautiful. Works a treat.
Yep.
And you come through. I noticed you got lots of sort of just like rock rubble and stuff.
Oh yeah, the sump. Well. So my sump is not a clean sump, I suppose. So
that's all right.
It's very much a dirty sump. It's just loaded with rock as much as I can. Any spot I can get it into.
Yeah, pump it in there. It works a treat.
Yeah, I'm running a reactor at the moment with Rollphos just to try and bring the try and keep the phosphates under control.
Yes. So
they don't get too high, and that's worked out well.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then I've got dual returns.
Oh yeah.
On the back, so I've got a Core 20 and a. One of the
Vectras.
Ecotech Vectras,
Yeah, perfect. All runs very nice and quietly too. You can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
Very
occasional water trickle, but other than that, it's pretty good. So, and then I've got the dosing pumps are all sort of sitting across the back. So I've got some nice. Verses sort of sitting around the place.
Yep. I can just see.
So just dosing
just
2 parts.
behind there.
Yep. So I dose alk, magnesium, calcium, and then I'm also dosing vinegar.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of carbon dosing just to help keep the bacteria population ticking along.
That's it.
Works a treat. Very good. Well, there is also one other key piece of equipment on here that we were talking about before we started recording, and that was the Apex you run on this system.
No Apex.
No Apex, my
no
apologies.
Apex.
I misheard. You were thinking about an Apex.
I was thinking about it. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. Particularly, as you say, you go away often 2-3 weeks at a time, something to monitor. But I don't know. It's a tough word out there.
Call.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, once you go there, you're not going to be able to go back. So
no, you get into it's not just Neptune, it's all of the ecosystems at the moment.
That's it.
To get value from them, you kind of need to go all chips in.
And one of the problems is the Versa pumps don't communicate with the Neptune system, and then it's like, now I'm going to have to upgrade that as well, which is...
Everyone's ecosystem doesn't want to play nicely with each other. So
so all the controllers are sort of at the end. So I'm a furniture maker or cabinet maker by trade, so design it with everything, and then I can also open right up. So I've got battery backup in behind the tank.
Yeah, nice.
So that way, if there's any issues.
Look at that, nice slim line battery backup in there doing its thing. And
that'll run the tank for about 5-6 hours.
That's a solid time frame. And you've got just critical equipment running on that, or you've got everything?
Nah, it runs everything.
Wow, nice.
So.
I know we're over in South Australia at the moment, and I know it gets beaten up on the news a fair bit about power situation here.
Yep.
Is your power unreliable? Do you lose power often?
If it's going to lose it, it'll be in summer when it's stinking hot and everyone's running their air conditioners. And then they do load shedding, so they might cut your power for a few hours just to try and share it around.
Okay.
But we've had very little issues with it. So.
Yeah, good. And if you do, you've got that to get you through. And about 5 hours, did you say?
Yeah, about 5 hours. Yeah, if I turn the UV. So I've also got a big UV sterilizer that runs, so it's actually 120 watt.
Yeah, right, good size.
It's well oversized for the tank, which means, and the main reason for doing that is I can pretty much run through whatever flow I want and still sterilize all the water.
Yes. Yeah.
And the main thing I noticed with that is that the glass just doesn't get dirty.
Well, that's the thing. If you run a considerably oversized unit like you are, and I'd say this one, you could probably get away with a 50 watt unit, so 120 is plenty big.
Yep.
You can run almost algae control flow and still get exposure enough to manage parasites as well, so you're getting the best of both worlds, which works a treat. And this is all standing on a really nice, I know you can see like all the marine ply and stuff and those cabinetry that you've clearly had some insight into making there, but a nice big steel frame. Yeah,
big steel frame, big foam underneath it, just to make sure nothing moves or
big foam, isn't it?
Moves around. Heavy tank, sort of just it's good for that reinforcement.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't want that to split and all that.
And then all lined in marine ply, and then fitted all the doors and everything off myself. So
beautiful. Makes life, well, I don't know if it makes it easier, but it's probably, if anything, makes it harder. But it means you get the result you want every time, because if you don't like it, you're doing it again, I guess. And the end result is it looks fantastic.
Yes.
Now, you did touch on, you've got cameras, and I see one just really coolly positioned on there. That's
it gives me a nice view from inside the tank, and then there's another one up inside the sump. Just keeping an eye on water levels. It just sits up in high.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah. What sort of camera system are you using for that? Or is that a custom 3D mount? Or 3D
the mount itself is a custom one, but not from myself. You can buy them through Amazon. So and the cameras are just the wires cams from Amazon.
Yeah, right.
Like $60 for a camera.
Yeah, easy. Now this mount, I imagine, gives a wicked view into that.
It does
tank.
actually, yeah. I'll pull it up and show you. It works out really well.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Very, very nice.
And then just storage to the sides. I can keep all my dosing stuff. I buy the 10-litre tubs of calcium and alkalinity.
Yep.
And then a little bit more storage on the side. It's just all full of
absolute treat.
Usual aquarium stuff.
Keeps everything neat and tidy, which is, if you're a furniture maker, you know the importance of keeping the outside of the glass boxes clean and tidy as well.
And it was important to build it into the house so it looks like part of the furniture.
Yep. So, and you've realistically, it's a challenging space here with the angle there. You've done it really well to get that bench. It does, as you say, look really built in and purpose built, which is not easy to do when you add a frag tank on the side. So.
Yeah, that was part of it. So we built this in, had the stone bench top made for it, and then the frag tank sits on top of it nicely. So
looks perfect. Well, that's a tidy system. And like I was saying, a lot of people put 100% of their attention to what's inside the glass box, and sometimes they let things outside the glass box slip. And I can understand when you've got sort of blinkers on and you are just constantly looking inside the box, you can forget that outside part. But typically when non-hobbyists come over and they sort of look at the space and they go, whoa.
Yeah, the classic is you see the doors are sort of stepping and that. And as a cabinet maker, it's that does my head in.
You're going to be a little bit more sensitive to that than most. But for me, it's, cables or piping or not enough storage, and you've got test kits laying about or food everywhere. Here and there. And
So, built-in storage, so I can hide all my test kits and stuff all neatly away.
Very professional.
Yeah.
It's, like I said,
Spare wet sides, that sort of thing.
Beautiful,
beautiful.
beautiful.
It works out well.
It does just make sure that your eyes focus goes to the glass box rather than being distracted with what's around it. So
yeah, that's it.
Well done with that. But we really should talk about some of this livestock because you've got some cool things going on in here, including, maybe we'll start with fish and then come to coral.
Yeah,
because
of course.
This big guy here, this is the one you said that you did the upgrade for, the big unicorn?
That's Thelma, named by the kids.
Yeah,
Thelma the unicorn is one of the girls' books when they were growing up. So
beautiful
yeah,
fish.
very, very friendly fish.
Yeah, yeah. You can see.
It's just grown massively. And it'll be the reason we have to upgrade again.
Well, yeah, so I'm imagining you've had Thelma for near on 4 years now.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
So I actually picked him up from someone else shutting down a tank. Actually, a lot of the fish came from other people's shutdowns.
Yes, nice.
So just rescuing fish here and there.
Yeah.
So the latest additions were all the anthias, which was from someone up the road. So
yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So we've got Thelma, the big unicorn tang, which is a beautiful fish. I'll be sure to get some nice DSLR footage if we can slow down a little bit.
He's got the zoomies at the moment.
Definitely hamming it up for the camera. I definitely thinks it's food time because of this camera in his face. But
I haven't fed them today, so they're probably hungry.
They're definitely excited. The blue lines on the unicorns are something that I think is so severely underrated.
They are. They're gorgeous fish.
It just has this bright metallic blue sheen to it, which is something that is really difficult to replicate in any other fish.
And it's getting the nice tail streamers as well at the moment, which is awesome.
Definitely.
But it's one of those things, like they grow to be a big fish. So you've got to be prepared to go, you know what, I'm going to have to upgrade the tank again.
Definitely,
it's just the way it is. So.
Yeah, they're a big fish, yeah. You're never going to have a long life in a 4-foot tank, and even in the 6-foot,
yes,
it is a decent sized unit.
Yeah.
But awesome fish nonetheless. And to be fair, making the orange shoulder look a bit smaller, but
it is actually the orange shoulder that doesn't want to change colour.
Oh, I love when an orange shoulder keeps juvenile colours. And how vibrant is the yellow?
So it's been yellow for the whole time, and we reckon it's just because it likes it. You know, it wants to match its buddy, the yellow tang that's in there.
Yes, yeah, possibly. So, I actually have a friend of mine, and he'll probably be watching this video, Rob, who picked up a orange shoulder that was, I'll say 3/4 of the way to mature colours.
Yeah, and then it went back.
Went back.
It went back, yeah.
Yeah, put it in the tank and it's gone yellow, which I was like, wow, I did not know that was possible. I didn't think they could reverse, but
yeah.
I guess we all learn something new in this hobby every day, but yours is staying yellow and it still has, it's got the best of both worlds. It's got the vibrant orange shoulder.
Yes.
With still the solid yellow body.
Yeah, it's a beautiful fish.
Stunning fish.
But, you know, we wouldn't mind it changing because they're gorgeous when they change as well. So
definitely, yeah. It makes the orange pop even more when they get that real nice dark grey to them.
Yes.
Look at the blue on the base of that fin down the bottom there.
So we nicknamed him Salt Bay because he goes down and picks up sand and he sprinkles it over top of all the coral.
And just bounces it off the elbow all the way. Stunning fish. Now, what else we got in here? We talked about the yellow. And
got the big yellow, yeah. So he was a rescue again from someone shutting a tank down south.
Very nice.
When he came, he was completely white. So it took me a month or so to colour him up. It was mostly just feeding nori.
Yeah. Well, that's another. I heard another Jono actually of a tank that we filmed.
I think I saw the video actually.
Yeah. He had a similar deal there where he's yellow. I think he got it fairly yellow, but it went pale. And then just daily nori feedings, riching him up.
And that's it. Pretty much, I'll feed a sheet a day, but the sheet will be gone in. If I don't put it in a holder, it'll be gone within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
you got some pretty big ones in there.
I've got a special 3D printed one I use now. It actually works well. I'll feed it later if you like. So
no trouble. No, it does well.
And we've got the bristle tooth who's come out to say hello.
Yeah, nice to see. Generally a little bit more cryptic, is he?
Or? Yeah, they hide away. It's a bit like the 6-line. There's a 6-line in there, but you won't. He'll hide away at the back.
Yeah. He'll be in amongst. Actually, I just saw him disappear around the corner.
Yeah, that's it.
If he comes around the front here, but 6-line. Here he is. Look at that, right on cue. Oh, there he is. 6-line, just pest control or a fish you like, or
fish we liked. Yep. And, you know, there's that added benefit that I don't see many bristleworms anymore. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't see any aggression from him?
No, none. But he was the last fish to add in, so
perfect.
He's been fine.
Yeah, good.
So blue tang, obviously, we had 2 blue tangs. I had another one that was almost the size of Thelma.
Wow.
And but they've both taken a liking to scollies and and trackies, which is why my scollies and trackies are in the frag tank, because they pretty much ate half the scolly that's in there. And
oh wow!
So I actually caught him took me about a week and a half to catch the last one, and we moved him on. And then I put the Scotty back, and then this guy started eating it as well. So, as I say, once they've seen someone else do it, they'll do it as well.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do. It's always going to be the case. But he's a really healthy-looking blue tang too. I mean, he's probably full of Scully and Tracky, but
yeah, that's it. Yeah, they get plenty of food.
Gorgeous colours, markings. Got that real solid sort of oval shape in the black lines there.
Yeah, they're all pretty
yellow.
fat.
Yeah, looks a treat. You've got some clownfish in there too?
Yeah, just your regular clowns here. He likes to sit in the gonny down the bottom, and then the little guy likes to sit in the GSP actually.
Yeah, nice. Good size ockies. I'd say they're pretty mature fish.
Yeah, I've had them since day dot.
So. Yeah. Did you get them as juvies or they were already
No, they were
size?
already bigger. So I actually, when I bought my first tank, bought it off someone else, so it was already an established tank as well. So,
great. Yep. So they've had some long. I was going to say, I haven't seen many ockies that big. I reckon she'd be pretty.
Yeah, it's even starting to go a bit black around the fins and stuff. Just with age.
She'd be pretty close to the size of my long-term ockie that we nicknamed Annie because she was an orphan. When I went to pick her up, it was a free fish.
Yeah, yep.
And we went to pick her up, and they'd already sold the tank, and she was in like a plastic cup. And I went, whoa, okay. So she really felt like she was almost left on the doorstep. So we called the poor girl Annie, and she's been with us for near on 20 years. Yeah. And she was already big when we got her. So we're thinking she's somewhere around the 30-year-old mark, which is
that's
crazy.
Awesome.
And she still lives a great life in. She's at my local fish shop now in a tank specifically built for
them. Yep.
In with her partner. She used to be very aggressive and bite and draw blood.
Okay. Yeah. This one's been like very chill. So it's taken up territory here. So if any of the other fish come around, it'll chase them off. But other than that, it doesn't really bother me too much. Doesn't bite me or anything like that. So.
Well, Annie used to be aggressive till I paired her up with a male, and then she mellowed right out.
And then she mellowed out. There you go.
she just needed a good man in her life now.
Yeah, so they've laid eggs a few times in the tank, but bit of free fish food.
yeah.
Normally it's like inside the cave, inside that rock there. They'll go in there and lay them. So
lay them in there. Yep. No, that's good. You got some chromis in there as well.
Yeah, there's about 5 I think in there. So they've been there for a long time. So that's why they're just getting huge.
Yeah. These are a decent sized chromis too. Again, I've had School of Chromis for 13, 14 years, and they're pretty close to size to that. So they get big. Do you find they get aggressive, all the chromis?
No.
Man,
again,
I'm jealous.
like they're all pretty chill. So.
I'm jealous. My chromis are absolute terrors.
Yep.
Particularly at sunset, they run amok, and they even do this grunt. When they're chasing each other and any other fish. That's somewhat terrifying to me, to be honest. But they're living a happy
they're one of
life.
those fish. Like when they're little, they're really cool. And so when they start to get bigger, it's like maybe I'll move them into a bigger tank or something. Or
No,
but
well, they
work all right. They're not bothering anything at the moment. So
no, that's it. Is there any fish in there you think we're missing?
Other than the antheids, no. I think obviously you've seen the antheids. Oh, there's a coral beauty in there.
I did see the coral beauty before.
He's one of the first fish I actually bought, didn't rehome.
Yeah, nice.
Nice little. And he's pretty friendly. He doesn't bother anything. So
yeah, I do love a dwarf angel, even when they are semi-aggressive. I mean, obviously with other dwarf angels they can be super aggressive. With other fish, they might chase them a little bit, but I mean,
occasionally you'll see a nick on something, or the clownfish has got a bit of a wound. He obviously took on a tang to get away from his area, and it came out second best. But
it's all part of the hierarchy.
It's all part of it. I don't stress about it. It's just is what it is.
You expect a little niggle now and then. What you don't want is someone repeatedly harassing someone 24 hours a day. That's
like I had a copper band in years ago, and then the yellow tang just beat it up.
It
was just no.
It defeats the purpose of the tank when the idea is there's something peaceful and.
There is a goby and shrimp under the rock over there.
Oh, right.
Which it's whether it makes an appearance or not. I blew all the sand off its rock yesterday to try and stir it up to make sure it came out. But it'll depend if he comes out. But they're pretty cool to see. Normally this whole area is all full of sand. Because they're just constantly working away in there. Actually, you'll see them if you look inside the rock.
Yeah, Just keeping an eye on things. They'll watch out for us, and sort of almost the opposite of Thelma there. They see the camera and hide. We're right on cue. Thelma's like, I'm here, film me. Yeah,
just wants to be fed, that's all. They know that I mean food, so I'm at the tank, they're all up here going, where's our food?
Must be food time.
And then there's a few inverts, obviously. There's a couple of acro crabs.
Yes.
hiding away. There's one that lives in the stylo.
Yeah,
You'll
cool.
see him at the right angle.
I did
big
see,
red one.
You had some footage of him where you were worried he was gone. But
Yeah, I
like
found some claws on the sand. I was like, oh, maybe the shrimp finally got him, or something's got him. The 6 lines grabbed him, but
he was just shedding, getting that shell.
He's pretty big for an acro crab though. He's sitting like a good inch across now.
Yeah,
so
right.
That
is big for an acro crab. They're normally half inch.
There's another one that lives in this red table here.
Nice.
You'll have to try and see him from the top down. He's pretty small, but you can see him sort of working away in there.
Yeah, well,
cleaning up.
if he's in a tabling acro, he can't afford to be too big because there's not a lot of depth for him to hide into there. So he's got to stay pretty small. Well, maybe that's a good opportunity. Oh, sorry, we briefly touched on the amphias. These are lyre tails, Coopers?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you, because I rehomed them from someone that was shutting a tank down. They had a tank split, so they've been pretty friendly. I think there's 6 of them.
Yeah, nice. They're good looking.
And they all look the same except for this little guy over here. It looks like a bit of a runt or something. So I don't know. I was sort of worried about him. I thought he'd end up, falling off his perch, but he seems to be going all right.
Typically, I mean, same with chromis as well as anthias, but normally if there's one that's not quite right, they're pretty quick to pick him off.
But no, he knows his spot. He stays over here in the tank and he waits for the food to sort of blow over here and then he picks up a few
doesn't put a foot out of line and keeps it that way, which might be
So I've got an auto feeder that'll just drop pellets in during the day, a few times during the day, just to try and keep them all fed up.
You got that up there on the white frame.
So that way it drops.
Tucked out of the way.
Yeah, it tucks out of the way and it drops it down into the tank nicely.
Beautiful, right down in the centre there, which is, I mean, obviously in this tent where you've got side weirs, that gives it maximum exposure time before making its way down to that filter roller. It's probably a good opportunity to talk about some of the coral you got in here because you've got heaps and you've got some stunning pieces and you've got a true mixed reef, which is no easy feat. Here goes.
Oh, there you go, the auto feeder's off.
Right on cue, and you can see the mayhem that ensues after that.
It doesn't last long.
Yeah. You've got a similar sort of situation to me in that I noticed your big guy there, Thelma, not
super interested in the pellets.
It's too much work for too little reward. Thelma, not quite as agile and nimble as the smaller fish.
So I've got a little feeder that I picked up from someone over in New South Wales, I think.
Yeah, it looks like a coral cartel.
Coral cartel, that's the one.
Yeah. Nice. Yep.
Yeah, no, it works pretty good. So
they do good work.
So basically a whole sheet of nori, and I can just roll it into it.
Yes.
If it'll cooperate, now that I'm doing it on camera. But no, it's pretty dirty because it gets used every day. Normally that's my routine. I'll get up in the morning, come out and chuck a sheet of nori in and then go to work. So
easy as pie.
Fish get fed and I'll wait till later to have breakfast.
Priorities.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that just rolls in almost like an old school bit of film sort of. You roll it in.
So they work a little bit. So I had problems with the big guy just ripping the whole sheet out at the start.
Yes.
So I find they work a little bit better if you can let the sheet soak for a little bit first.
Yeah.
But
okay.
It should be okay. She seems to have accepted it now and just, lets it go. She'll get her fins up and tell everyone else to get away so she can try and get in, or she'll wait for one of the smaller fish to pull a bit out first and then rip a whole chunk out. So.
Yep. Oh, fantastic.
But everyone will get in and have some, so.
It is funny that, even things like the chromis and anthias will get in there. They're like, hey, well, if you're eating it, it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's it. They'll all have a piece.
Look at that. The way that, that feeder sort of just rolls around. Oh, they've ripped it off.
That doesn't happen for the most part. So.
Just a bit extra excited for the camera.
Yeah, that's it.
It still works just fine, though. It just means they can chase it around the tank.
Yeah, it'll just go and sit on the bottom for a bit.
Yeah, nice. But Jess, speaking of corals, how did you want to tackle this? You want to go left to right, or do you want to...
Yeah, let's go left to right.
Go
Start with the big GSP rock.
Yeah, and I mean, this has got some crazy polyp extension on it. It
does, yeah. My son's convinced it has 2 different types of GSP, even though it only started with one frag, just because some of them look different than others, but I think it's just the light thing.
There is a bit of a model sort of going through there, isn't there? It's really cool, but whether it's a little bit of interspecies going on there, or whether it is just, different light, different flow, who knows, but it gives it a really cool effect. And like I said, the polyp extension on it it's pretty ridiculous.
It's pretty good considering at the top of that rock it's hitting about 500 par, and you wouldn't normally fry GSP as much.
No, typically if someone was getting a bit of GSP, you wouldn't say, put it at about 500 par.
And when I cranked the lights up, because I found about a year and a half ago, I was struggling with SPS, and it was because my lights weren't up enough. And essentially just cranked the lights up. I got a bit of a bald spot on the top, and then I just slowly accepted it and grown back over it. So
I know there's a lot of talk, and I am certain you can burn corals with too much light, but I'm much more convinced they will adapt.
They just adapt, I think,
to the higher light much better than they'll adapt to low light.
And again, same with like the leather coral that I've got just jammed into the GSP at the back, the Sinularia. I've had that since day dot, and it used to sit on the right hand side of the tank, and it took up a quarter of the tank. It was huge.
Right.
So I fragged it like crazy and just kept the piece there. And I kept the piece mainly because the clownfish was bonded with it.
Yeah, okay.
But they don't sit in it anymore. Ever since I moved it, they're like, no, I don't want to bar of you anymore, so not interested.
They are picky.
But the clownfish used to sit into it as it closed up at night, and then it would be stuck inside it. It would sit there and poke its head out.
Enclosed in it like a cocoon.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I mean, well, leathers are one of those things that people often say are low light, when in reality, in the wild, they're a super high light coral. Yeah. They just can survive with low light. They can do either or, but both of those pieces look a treat. And
and they've all got their polyps out. They're all looking good, which is nice. So.
Look fantastic, which is bonus for the camera. And then, in a bit of irony, you've got these two softies next to some SBS here, and they're actually higher than the SBS.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the green table that's sitting behind there. It's just a wild piece, but it's grown really well. Same with the red one.
Looks a treat. It's got really nice growth pattern on it. The polyp extension's lovely. I love the way it's just growing out into that sort of void at the back there.
Yeah, that's it.
Sensing the real estate there and going, I can claim that.
I'll take that,
Yeah, it looks a treat. And then one piece I did notice, I did want to skip past, got some Samicora on the weir back there?
No, it's actually a Monty. So that's a tequila sunrise.
Nice.
So it hides away, just try and cover a bit of the weir with them.
Yeah. It's encrusting on there. So
it's encrusting on there. I got one on both sides actually. I got a rainbow Monty on the other side.
Yeah, you do too.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. I tell you what, they're growing pretty evenly if you put them on at the same time.
I did, there's quite a few corals were added about 4 months ago. So that was some of them.
They've both just got a nice growth ring over the plug onto the weir, so they've taken off. Now, down here on the base, we've got some nice gonies.
A few little gonies. They're sort of a recent addition in the last couple of months.
Yep.
So glitter, there's a blue glitter and a pink, and then there's just a wild piece. The wild piece was
a treat though, doesn't it?
It was an interesting. I thought I'd take a gamble on it, but the clownfish loves it, so the clownfish lives in it now. So it was great.
And it still looks like that with the clownfish.
He sits
shoving
right
their face into it.
And at night, obviously it'll close up, but so the clownfish will move over and sit in the hammer instead.
Perfect. They've worked out the game. I've got two similar sort of size gonies in my tank, and the clownfish alternate almost on a month-to-month basis which one they want to go in. And that generally correlates with which one they've upset enough that it closes up enough. So
that's it.
I've always got one goni looking pretty good and one looking pretty average, but the clowns enjoy it. So what do you do? But no, out of those, I know the glitters are the trend and the craze at the moment, but my eye is drawn to this wild goni.
Yeah, the wild one's beautiful. Just the polyp extension on it is just insane.
I imagine the skeleton in there is actually pretty small.
Yeah, it's not. It's maybe like size of just a bit bigger than a 50-cent piece.
Yeah, It always blows my mind what sort of, here comes the clownfish right on cue. Oh, no, she's off. But it always blows my mind at how small they are underneath all of that flesh. It's crazy to think. Then we come up onto this rock here where you've got this cool softy growing on here.
Yeah.
This is something pretty wild. It's like an encrusting softy almost.
It is, and it's almost like a devil's hand, but and I've fragged that thing a few times and it just grows straight back over. I think I cut half the top of it off about 6 months ago and it's all grown back. So
it's got to be the best thing about softies. You just go into the knife.
That's it. Yeah, knife across. Someone wants a piece in, or tear it off the rock.
Attaching it to the rocks is slightly harder than other corals, but cutting them much easier.
Yes,
Apart from, I guess, the slime they create too. But
there is that. The mess.
But that is so cool. I really liken that to like a soft encrusting acro, the way it's grown over the rock and just shooting little...
And it's just shooting little branches, Yeah,
little branches out. The polyp extension, it really is like a mimic acro. It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah. Never really thought about it like that.
No, it's one of my favourite pieces in the tank.
And that's probably only open about 3/4 of the way. It actually opens right up. So it's probably a bit grumpy after I spent yesterday cleaning the glass. So.
There's two things there. You were cleaning the tank yesterday, and we are here fairly early because this is a weekday, and I've interrupted you.
Yeah, and the lights only turn on at about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30. So
so things are still waking up, particularly softies.
It wouldn't have hit peak yet. So
No, and I find softies sort of show their maximum size late in the day anyway. They sort of feel like they just
the tank definitely pops
day.
at around that 8 o'clock in the evening. So
Can imagine. Up behind that, I'm going to call the Mimic SBS softie, you've got some nice pieces there.
Yeah, so there's a Vivid's Confetti on the left, and then on the right's a Red Explosion Stag. So
Red Explosion Stag from Frankie. Very, very nice. That'll be a stunning piece which goes out. And the Vivid Confetti is already one of my favourite acros out there. The pull-up extension that gets so contrasty with those bright green.
Yeah, so they're only new frags. They've only been in for maybe 3-4 months. So
Yeah.
I always find it takes a good 6 months for them to sort of settle into the tank.
Yeah. I always find it. People want to see instant growth. The reality is
it doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
And especially like wild pieces. Wild pieces can take 12 months
easily.
And sometimes they'll completely brown out. So.
Yep. In fact, I always say strawberry shortcakes in particular, ones that completely brown out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they do. 100%.
Can take 6, 7, 8,
so the
9
piece, I have a strawberry shortcake up the top, and I
Yes.
didn't even realise it was a strawberry shortcake until I was looking at the tank from above.
Yes.
So I had the wave makers off, looking from above, and I was like, oh, look at the colours on it. That's really cool. So.
A little bit of an extra surprise there. So no, they take time. I mean, you just want to not see them turn white. Even if they turn brown, it doesn't matter, but don't turn white. After some months, hopefully you see it encrusted onto the rock, and then after some more months, if you see some new arms shooting out, success. Colour will come after that.
You see that with some of the spats that are in there. Like they're just not quite at the colour they should be, but they're growing. That's the main thing. Spats need like ridiculous light.
To get the colour out of spats is when you've got a mixed reef. So hard. It's
almost need a targeted spotlight right in the middle.
One of the
little miniature metal halide or something.
Could be a market for it.
That's it.
Now, coming up onto this sort of one of those central bombies here, you've got this beautiful tabling pink that we talked about with the acro crab in there before. I love the position of that because that's going to just grow out, well, hopefully this way, it's sort of trying to grow out.
They're all going to shade each other in the end, so it's one of those things.
But it's mounted perfectly on there, even like on a little bit of an angle there, so when it tables out, you can see the full, well, almost the top-down view of it, really.
And that was the idea, so you can see into the polyps and into the see the little acro crab working away at night.
Definitely.
And then I got a Walt Disney just down, that came from Mariah.
Very nice.
So it's growing nicely, it's settled in, encrusting
really well. It does have good polyp extension, you can see that nice purple on the tips there, looking good. Really like it. And then another one of my favourites, the Fireworks.
So that came as a rescue frag. It was pretty much dead when I put it in the tank, and
its colour is
growing really
singing
well.
now.
It's been in there for about 9 months, so it's going really well.
It looks fantastic, and I'll be sure to get some top-down DSLR footage of that so you can see on screen just how vibrant that coral is. If you asked me to pick 2 contrasting colours, I'm not sure if I could come up with something brighter than purple and orange. And
no, that's it.
Both of those colours on that piece.
For what's readily available in Australia, it's a beautiful
absolutely.
piece.
It's ridiculous, and I remember many years ago when that was, like chicken's teeth. It was super rare, and when I saw one for the first time, it took me about an hour to get my jaw off the floor.
And the way things go, isn't it? 15
years later, when I see one, my jaw still drops to the floor.
Gorgeous coral.
Beautiful piece. And you've got some more nice acros up on the rock behind it.
So there's a petrol slick behind it.
Lovely.
So just settling into the tank, and then there's a blue Tenius that got added in a few months ago. And then there's actually 2 of the same, that's called a gold table.
Okay.
I've actually got 3 of them. There's another one over the other side of the tank, and all those frags came from that one. They just, because the fish will hit it and they'll just break pieces off. And at one point I was I'll just stick it over here, and now I was like just chucking it in the frag tank. But
I don't mind putting them in different spots in the tank, because sometimes different light, different flow grows a completely different coral. So it's, it can give another dimension to things, which keeps it interesting, and it also gives you a little bit of insurance. Should something go horribly wrong with this one over here, you've already got some pieces encrusted in there.
Yeah, that's it. And that's part of the logic of having the frag tank, is to have a few backups if I need it and stuff.
No, that works well.
And then I've got this one at the front, this green acro. It's actually my son Micah bought that for me, but it's just spent the last year encrusting. Just wants to encrust, but it's just starting to shoot up now.
So. Just see those 2 little new growths upwards at the front there.
It is at the front there. It's quite
obviously
funny.
Just wanted to get to the point.
Yep.
Spent all the year, all that energy into encrusting, and it's got itself all set up on that base now where it's going to go berserk, and maybe it's just making sure it's got a nice bit of real estate between the 2 pieces beside it with the Walt Disney, and I always forget the name of the one on the right.
It's a Cookie Monster,
nice. It's a beautiful piece. It's just made sure that it keeps that real estate before it shoots up.
And then they can battle it out down on the rock.
Well, that's going to look really cool the way it's come out onto that point. It's going to shoot up there and look great. And then we come down here, you got a nice little torch and hammer garden here, bit of euphilia going on.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with hammers and torches, you know. They grew really well and then get some sort of bacterial infection, but for the most part in the last year, they've been pretty good. So
yeah.
I managed to get some stuff in from the States that is meant to treat like your brown jelly and that, and that seems to have helped. So.
Yeah, okay, yep. It is one of those things we just find with, well, all corals really, but yeah, euphilia in particular do seem to be super susceptible to
I did used to have some
bacterial
peppermint shrimps in the tank as well, so I don't know if it was the peppermint shrimps coming out at night and irritating them. So I have heard they can, but it's just,
they can rip food out of them, which can do damage.
Irritate them,
They're technically not eating them, but
they shouldn't be.
They may as well be because they're doing the same damage. But
that's it.
Hopefully they're on the mend now. They're looking good, and then. After my last video, I'm going to be cautious.
That's a goldenrod.
That one is a goldenrod. I was going to say, it looks a little too yellow to be a green goblin, and yeah, it looks a treat. That's got, like we were saying on before, we'll get to these other pieces over here, but that has got growth going in all directions.
All directions, yeah.
I'm imagining it, based on the fact that it is on a tile, it didn't go into the tank that size, it's obviously grown out a bit.
It's grown out a bit. I did pick it up as quite a large piece.
Okay.
From a friend down the road who was shutting down, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah, it's just growing in all directions.
Obviously PC Rainbow sitting behind that.
I could see that. That's got really nice colour on it too. I do love the way where PC Rainbow encrusts, you get the green and the yellow.
The green and the yellow,
the pink and purple out on the stems. This looks fantastic.
Yep.
Got a nice gold torch in there. How are you finding gold torch? I find it just to be one of those impossible corals for me.
Yep, same thing. So that's the second one I've had. So the first one was just, you spent a lot of money on it and it pretty much died within a week.
Yeah.
That one I've had now for probably 2 years.
Okay.
So that one is actually surviving, but I think I just had to keep it really low light. So right down in the cracks.
Yes.
I even had it under the tabling acro in the middle for a long time.
Yeah.
And it grew really well in there. So
he's enjoying life down there. Yeah. Well, it looks a treat. It's got great coloration on it. Looks very nice. Nice Monty up there behind it too, giving nice contrast of colour. Then is it a bubblegum digi? That's
a bubblegum digi, yep. That was another rescue frag about a year ago, so it's growing really well now.
Looks fantastic.
And it's the fish fragate all the time again, just being a little bit more one of those delicate corals.
Yeah, digis is one of those things, if a fish has enough speed up when it goes past, it'll break it.
It'll just break it, yeah.
Looks a treat. Got a nice yellowy piece there, really long extension.
It's the one directly behind.
Yes,
I think it's a type of stag. Mariah actually gave us that one, so
nice.
It gets nice polyps out on it, but it looks like it's a bit closed up at the moment. And then there's a wild piece behind it, so.
And the wild piece looks amazing.
The wild piece is gorgeous, yeah.
It's, dare I say it? I don't know my acro species all that well. So I'm certain it's not the same species as, but it's got similar colours to a home wrecker in that it's got the greens, the pinks, and just some little hints of some other colours in there. And it's the way it's growing there. It's stunning. I love it.
Yeah, it's sort of one of those more yellower corals that you can get, even though is there ever a true yellow?
well, it's hard when you've got fish like this.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't get much truer yellow than those two, which makes it hard for the coral. But nice big green Monty up there. Behind it gives really nice. That's going to keep going out towards the wall, I imagine.
Will, yeah.
And then you've got this. This is the strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake, up the top.
It's got crazy coloration on it. It's one coral that always gets me.
I've got another strawberry shortcake. So this is a tabling version. I've got another one down the back, which is actually meant to be a branching version.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And so you can see the difference in the coloration. So I've seen a lot of guys online sell the tabling version. And they call it an ultra neon, but to me, it's just a strawberry shortcake. So whether one comes from Indo and one comes from Australia, who knows?
Who knows? But one thing I can say with strawberry shortcake is no two are ever the same. There's always some differences between them, and these two are a perfect example.
And that loves being up high in the tank. From what I hear, they come from shallow water. Pretty high flow, so get them up nice and high. It shows the colours.
Definitely. People almost classify anything green and pink as strawberry shortcake, but and whilst these two are both green and pink, there's not really any other similarities between them. No. Even the green and pink colours themselves are different. It's one of those things. Don't ever limit yourself to one strawberry shortcake. No. If you've got room,
they'll come out very different.
Get multiple.
You might get the next best thing. You never know.
This is true. Exactly. We've got a nice big blue stag.
Big blue stag. Yeah. Sort of browned out for a while, so its colour's coming back nicely, which is good.
It's coming back. You can already see there. Yeah, the tips are nice and vibrant blue, so that new growth is going to be great. Coming on to one of those spaths.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, it's encrusted the rock, so it's happy there, and it's got some new growth, which is nice. So.
Yeah. Pink digi.
Pink digi, so there's two pink digis.
Yep.
Because the second one looked so different to the first one, I put it in the tank and it looks exactly the same. So it's like, whatever. It's happy in there. It's got nice white growth tips, so it's growing. So
definitely. This one in front of the Pink Digi.
That's a Rainbow Loom.
Rainbow Loom, yeah. I was going to say, I have seen that before. I should know the name. The Chromis is just blocking my view of it now. But again, we'll get top-down footage of that. That's a beautiful piece. I really like that bright neon green polyps coming out of the tips. Really contrasts against that purple well. And you've got, looks like you got some Dustin's cousin, is it? Next to it?
So I bought that from Frankie. So he calls it his red polyp kryptonite, but it's...
Oh, yeah, okay. It is a little finer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it grows out, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. If it chunks up, I'd say it's Dustin's cousin. But if it stays finer, I mean, it could well be different.
It's hard to know. Like, everyone names things themselves.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I actually prefer the scientific name, so I'd rather people give us what they actually are. So.
But then the problem is science keeps changing their mind.
It does, they do, that's true.
That's what it's called this week. Sometimes isn't called that next week. These Zoas down here, you've got a couple, you've got these nice bright orange ones with green eye there. I love those. And then you've got this nice garden just melting in around this rock here.
They all come from a local grower down south.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Oasis corals.
Yeah, Oasis. I was hoping to get to Oasis when I was here, and unfortunately he's away at the moment. Probably sourcing some more stock. So next time I'm over in SA, we're going to tee it up so I can go and see a local Zoa
and the purple
farm.
monster's just gone crazy on the rock. So there was actually 3 or 4 different Zoas on that rock, and it's just it's taken over. There's a bit of like the SpongeBob green, like the yellow eye one. Scrambled eggs, I think. Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, scrambled eggs. Yep.
There's sort of sticking it comes back. They sort of battle it out, and then one will come more, and the other will take over again. But I'm pretty sure Purple Monsters won that fight.
Zoa life, that's what they do. We've got some TNT, is it?
TNT,
Yeah, nice.
So I had it up higher in the tank and it was just going white, so I just moved it right down low. So.
Yeah, I've got some TNT in my tank that, is too high and it's almost white.
Yeah.
It tries to get
and
a little
it's so
bit of colour.
fine, like with the big fish, they just, it gets smashed off the rock all the time, so it's probably going to struggle a bit.
Mine probably survived pretty well because I had some Dustin's cousin above it shading it, and then I did a little bit of fragging and just went from probably 50 par to 800 par, and I didn't like that change too much, but that looks fantastic in there. I love this blue here with the green polyps on it.
Yeah, that's a bonsai. Bonsai, yep.
Stunning. Nice highlighter yellow. Growing,
that's it. It grows really well. They get that nice neon on the growth, which is great. So
it's growing up and out. Looks.
And then there's a green goblin, which was a rescue piece. You can see that's why the bottom part of it's dead.
Yes,
but it sort of came out as a little nub and it's growing back up. So
coming back from there.
Yeah, that's it.
Looks great. Got some red Monty cap back there.
Red Monty, another blue pink digi in there.
Yeah, pink digi in there, and then that may be Dustin's cousin.
That's a kryptonite. So that's a Frankie's kryptonite.
Yeah.
Must be very similar.
I reckon it's very similar.
But that's just gone a year old, so that was actually bought from Seaview.
Yeah, nice.
Through Mariah, it was just like a little nub, so it's growing like crazy.
Yeah. Well, whatever the name is, looks a treat.
It does look a treat, whatever they call them.
This is the one you had before.
That's the gold table,
Gold
same
table,
as the other
I do like that.
Yeah, it's just got those real nice, fine branches.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And I love the way a lot of acros do, but the new growth around that outside tip there just has that different shade to it.
Yeah.
Looks really, really cool. We've got some red dragon up the back there.
Yep, it's been isolated to the back. It used to be sitting at the front, but the fish just smash it all the time. And you can even see there's a big branch that's been snapped off. I've checked it in my frag tank.
That's one, If you think goblins and dragon rods and even pink digis are fragile, they're built like houses compared to red dragon.
And that's if you don't break it yourself, just with tongs or putting your hand in the tank and you just bump it and whoop.
So fragile. But it's a cool coral.
It is a gorgeous coral though, yeah.
Definitely. We get to that other strawberry shortcake which looks fantastic. The colours on that one are really popping. It's got those really long tubes on the growth, which just gives the green heaps of room.
Yeah, and in front of that's one called a tiger orange. Which you don't get much of the orange from in front, but from above it you can see it.
Yep.
And then on electric lime.
Electric lime, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's another Frankie's coral, Frankie's electric lime.
Yeah. And you can see, particularly from this angle, the difference in the colour between that and the Dallas.
Yeah.
There is definitely a difference.
And it's got quite a lot more polyps than the Dallas, I find.
Yes, definitely.
Mine.
Yeah. And of course, classic Dallas. I love it. The growth pattern on that's so wicked too. Love the way it's just shot a big branch up and then exploded, and now
it's shooting out the sides.
Shooting out the sides, yeah.
That one will be fragged off, I
think. Because it does have this real tree-like structure. It looks cool. Yeah. And you've got down here on a couple of little islands. One here, And one over here, a couple of leptos.
Yeah, that's it. So orange lepto, which has actually got a nice, it's got a bit of a green mutation running through it at the moment.
Oh yes, yeah, do love a little green protein infection. Which
Actually, similar to my orange Setosa. I don't know if you looked at the orange Setosa, but that's under the right light. You can see a bit of a green running through it and stuff. So
crazy nice.
The plan is to try and frag it out, and then I can see if I can grow that out on its own. So.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then obviously there's the jack-o'-lantern lepto as well, which is a beautiful piece.
Traditional jack-o'-lantern, heading right into October times where jack-o'-lanterns are a native, but I did miss the orange Setosa before, which is a huge mistake on my behalf, because that is a coral that after my recent trip to Sydney, I decided is something I absolutely had to have in my tank, because I saw every tank in Sydney had it, and I hadn't really seen it before.
It's just got a really different growth pattern, and it gets those little flowers on it and stuff, which is
stunning.
Just blend in with it, but when you look close, you see them.
It's growth pattern, its colour, just everything about it's completely different, and yeah, when, as you know all too well, when you get that many, particularly acros in a system, you start looking for those different.
There's something that's different,
patterns,
and coloration. Like you don't get many red and orange corals, and
definitely not. No, stunning piece. And then you got some acans in around there.
Yeah, just some little acans. I think it's a bit too high light for them, so they're sort of struggling a bit.
Yep. Once the Dallas grows out a bit, they'll get a bit more shade and probably come
and that
back
was
to
always
life
the
again.
logic with it. Grow the SBS out first, and then start filling in the base with your more acans, your hammers, that sort of thing that don't like the high light as much.
Yes.
And that's the little red one there in front of it. That's a Maleficent.
Yes. Ah, Maleficent.
Again, it's very similar to Viva's Confetti, just slightly different colouring.
Yep.
But it's a really nice coral.
Got really rich colours on it. Beautiful.
It does.
I know we got some nice gonies there, but I love something you don't see as much anymore. Is it a stylo?
That's a stylo, yeah. Teal stylo, they call it.
It's stunning. Stylo used to be that common and considered easy to grow that people started turning their nose up at it. It's a common coral. You don't want that. And then as a result, no one had it.
Oh, I'd love to have a purple one. If you know anyone that has a purple one.
You and me both.
Gorgeous stylo. You see them in the States all the time, and it's just like, man, I wish I had that here.
So pretty. And I mean, there's a few different shades of purple if you get that really light, vibrant purple.
And I reckon there's even some pinks going around over there.
Yeah. A friend of mine from Geelong, where I am, in his tank, I did a video on it maybe 10 years ago. It was only like a 3x1 tank. It was tiny. And it was loaded with this purple stylo. And I watch that video every now and then and almost shed a tear going, oh man, I wish I got some of that off it.
Yeah, that's it.
Such a pretty coral. I mean, we talk about how green is so easy to get in your aquarium, and green and purple. Oh man, purple just... it misses me, or I miss it, I should say. But that stylo is stunning, and it's the growth pattern is what I love about stylo.
Yeah, just all over the place. It's great.
Just completely different structure to all other sort of acro out there, and it's awesome. Then we'd be remiss not to talk about this big stag going on here.
Yeah, so it's called Rod the Reefer's Real Teal.
Yeah, right.
Wherever it originated from, I don't know, but gets that really nice sort of teal blue colour on the top when it comes out.
I'm not really showcasing the colour well here, but I will get top-down footage of it so everyone can see just how stunning that is. It really does go from a darker green, and the further you go up those branches, the tealer it gets, if that's even an adjective. But the teal
different lights might bring
prominent.
the teal out a bit more, or even I've heard that you can take it up to that sort of 1,000 par, and the more par it'll show the colours even more.
Crazy amount of par it'll take, but I don't know. I like the fact that you get that real sort of graduation of colour through it. Really highlights that new growth. And
the new growth's great.
You got these long, slender branches.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the glass, I think. I'm gonna have to take them off eventually.
They're a good 6-7 inches long, and then at the top, just polyps going every direction.
Yeah, it's all branching out again, so it's starting again.
It's really, really cool. I love it.
Yeah, and there's the Tropicana that sits under that.
Yeah, Tropicana.
Trying to give it a little bit of shade.
Yes, yep. Yeah, look at those nice polyps out on it. Nice Euphastria down here too.
Yeah, there's a red one, and then there's the little other one on the side, and then a few mushrooms that you just can't get rid of.
Green rhodactis are here
to stay. That's it. But they're out of the way, and they're happy there. So and then there's another wild piece here, which is nice. Got a nice purple.
Does have nice purple on it. Yeah, really nice piece. Stunning assortment of coral there. Are there any corals in here that you want? Well, any corals not in here that you're wanting to add at some stage?
I've got a few frags in the tank that I will add in. So I've got some echinatas.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the frag tank, because it is loaded with frags in here.
Actually, I've cleaned a lot of them out recently because I'm actually going to upgrade it. So I've got an angled tank I want to put in here to follow the shape of the wall.
Every square centimetre of space.
Yeah, just to try and give us a bit more size.
Yeah.
But I've got a couple of nice echinatas which came across from Aquamarine
Beautiful.
recently.
Yeah, this one back here, this green with the blue tips, I picked up a wild colony of that recently, and it is by far my favourite piece in my tank at the moment. It is so bright.
Yeah, they've got that sort of red dragon look, but they just got the colour as well, and they look really nice. So.
Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with your traditional white and blue echinata. In fact, in many reasons, the colour's even brighter.
Yeah.
That green and blue came in, and I make a rule of myself at my local fish shop where I help out on Saturdays that if something comes in, I don't buy it, I don't put anything away. if it gets sold during the day, it wasn't meant to be.
Yep, otherwise, end of the day, it's yours.
If it's there at the end of the day, and it was a big SBS shipment. There was like about 20 boxes of SBS, and I reckon I bagged 200 SBS that day.
Wow.
And no one picked it.
Yeah, wow.
I could not believe it. And at the end of the day, I couldn't have bagged it up quicker.
Yeah, I've seen the one in the Triton tank on their videos, and it's gorgeous piece.
It's just ridiculous.
That was the idea, try and get something like that. So
yeah, well,
but it seems to be encrusting nicely, so it's growing. It was just to see if let it settle in here first.
It's got some fantastic colour on it. Look at it just shining out here. And
they got a nice wall paint scully that I actually cut in half.
Yeah, nice. Did some
about 5 months ago, so it's actually grown back nicely.
Healed up a treat.
Yeah.
And you got gold rush monties up there, are they? Or
same, yeah. So there is a piece, that's the piece on the rock, but it's gold rush monties. Yeah, took it out and cut it up, and then have just let it grow out. There's a little sexy shrimp that sits in the back. He's actually sitting at the back on one of them. He was actually a hitchhiker.
Yeah, right.
So my son was just looking in the sump one day, and he's like, "There's a little shrimp in here," and I was just like, "Yeah, it's a little sexy shrimp."
You're just in there dancing away.
Yeah, so we siphoned him out and put him in the frag tank. Because I figured if I put him in here, we'd never see him, or he'd be cleaned up by the 6 line. I think pretty good.
So it'd be 6 line lunch for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of the frag tank, so you have this one plumbed into the same sump?
Yep, all plumbed in, so it just all elbows straight back into the reef mat.
Oh, that makes life nice and easy.
Straight across. So same system, everything operates off the same.
Very nice.
Don't
and the
have to
lights
test
on that
the water.
new piece?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Cool.
Just little minis.
They work a treat, and you've got great coverage in there, and things look to be growing very, very nicely.
Yeah, I use it as a bit of a recovery. You know, if something's not looking so good, then I'll try and chuck it in there, frag it off.
R&R, and
yeah,
in the same water, same conditions, you can move them across, and
I can adjust the light bar. I can just drop them down on the rack if I try and give it a little bit less light, see if it works better, and gives you a bit of a time.
For sure. Well, that's a super impressive system. I'm sure many people, myself included, are curious on what sort of time and maintenance and effort you need to do to maintain a system like this. What's a sort of average weekly routine look like?
Clean the glass once a week.
Yeah, right. Thanks to that UV once a week.
Man, I'm once a week. And I find it doesn't really get that film on it. It'll get more of that harder stuff, so it'll just be a scrape.
Yep.
And then I'll do a water change every 2 weeks.
Okay, yep. What sort of percentage water change are you running?
I do 100 litres, so it's about a 10%.
Yeah, not massive. Yeah, okay. And using artificial and natural salt?
No, I use RO and blue bucket.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, Red Sea blue bucket. So it's artificial, but it's pretty close to natural salt water parameters, but it should be consistent at least. Very nice. And that's it. You clean glass and water. Man, you're keeping things simple, but getting results like this.
Low tech. I call it low tech.
Wow, low tech, but incredible results. that is amazing. And you touched on before that your nutrients hover around. Nitrates were somewhere around 30.
Between 30 and 50.
30 and 50. Yep. And phosphate was 0.2, something like that.
Yeah, at the moment it's testing about 0.25.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. The other main elements like ALK, calcium, magnesium?
All sit around, so ALK sits around 8.
Yep, okay.
About 7.8 to 8. So, yeah. Calcium's been really high lately, actually, so I've pretty much turned off the dosing. So it just bumped right up for some reason. And
it is funny
which is why I think that I've got it like a wild colony that sits under the kryptonite, and that's sort of browned out a little bit. That's the only coral that has some. And that's normally a really nice teal colour, actually.
Yeah. It is funny how... Yeah, at some point in time they just decide, don't need any more calcium.
Yeah, that's it.
Switch it off. And magnesium's one that quite often does that. People will go through phases of dosing like litres of magnesium a day and then won't dose it again for 6 months.
So I'll just hand dose magnesium each week, and then I've got a few. So I'll dose manganese, iodine.
Sure.
Some of your other traces as well, just based off Triton and ICP. So.
Some of those traces that just sort of oxidise out pretty quickly. And so you're doing some ICPs semi-regularly?
About every 6 months. It's not super regular.
That's probably similar to myself. I always say I'm going to do it every 3 to 4 months. The reality is it's every 6 or 7. But or when something doesn't look right.
I bought a 4-pack, so now I've got no excuse. So I just got to actually do it.
Well, that's funny you say that. I try to buy 2 or 3 kits at a time, and the thing that always slows me down is I try to buy 2 or 3 of the express post bags as well. So I've got zero excuse. I've got everything there ready to go.
No, there's a post office just around the corner from my office, so I've got no excuse to get it there.
Perfect.
So.
Perfect. Well, is there any sort of future plans? You mentioned you want to extend
so I wouldn't
out the freight tank.
Upgrading this is, that'll happen eventually.
Okay, yep.
And then, just wait and see, I suppose.
Wait and see how things go. See, how much bigger Thelma's
how much bigger Thelma gets, I'd love to go bigger tank, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So.
Fair call. And livestock-wise, any fish or coral that you're keen to add or change or anything?
I've got a few fish I wouldn't mind adding in, but I probably would all depend on whether I can catch the blue tang and move him on, since he munches on coral. And then I can add sort of your trackies and stuff back in. At the moment, it makes an expensive lunch, so expensive fish food.
Yes, no, that's fair. Oh, well, that is an incredible system, and as I touched on at the start, I really appreciate you making it possible for me to come and barge my way into your home, camera rolling.
It's all good.
Mic you up and put you in front of this system and get you to share all of the intricate details of this system, because I'm sure everyone out there is going to absolutely love what you're going on in this system. Mixed reefs to this level are not easy by any stretch of the imagination, and you've made it look easy because you've got SBS thriving, you've got LPS thriving when they're not getting eaten, and you've got softies in there that, like this piece here, I keep coming back to it. I absolutely love this, what I'm now going to call mimic acro.
I like it.
Absolutely love it. So well done on an incredible system, and once again, thank you so much for having me here.
No worries.
All right, guys, there you have it. That was the tour of Jono's impeccable 6-foot true mixed reef with corals from all varieties in there, some ridiculously cool fish, and some really innovative ways to both the cabinetry, the filtration, the lighting, lots and lots of stuff, all the way through to the nori clip in the feeding. So many different ways that were approached in this tank, and I know I personally got a lot out of it, and I hope you did too. If you do have any questions, comments, feedback, anything for myself or for Jono, feel free to pop it in the comments section down below. I do personally reply to every comment there, and I'll do my best to get the answers for you. If it's a question more for Jono, I'll see if I can get Jono himself on there to respond to a few questions, or I can track down and be the middleman and get the answers for you. I will start to wrap things up there though, but I do want to give a quick shout out to these names on screen here. These are my channel members, and I've got to say the numbers are increasing, which is so exciting. I really humbly appreciate your support, guys. These names on screen here do chip in a couple of dollars each and every month to make videos like this one possible, so I can afford to get out and about around this country and get you all the latest and greatest reefing content and share with you some beautiful tanks exactly like Jono's that we saw today. So massive round of applause to these names here. Thank you for making it possible. For everyone else that is not a channel member but wants to show your support and doesn't have a couple of dollars a month to spare a month, I totally hear you, and that's completely fine. Feel free to hit the subscribe button in the bottom corner down there. I promise you that costs absolutely nothing, and it does go a long way to helping this channel get more reach, more views, and just basically get these videos out to more like-minded reefers. We're approaching 35,000 subscribers from every single corner of the globe, which is really fun and exciting. So thank you very much for subscribing for those who have. Just before I wrap up, I do want to give a quick reminder that we do still have the Submerged podcast going live. There's a brand new episode dropping today. This one is on tank maintenance. I missed the last episode and they had Jono on that one, which is an absolute shame. I always love catching up with Jono, but I'm back for this one and there to talk about tank maintenance. And I've got to say, between Hadley, Jared and myself, there's some slightly different approaches and a few different methodologies to our maintenance, which makes that podcast super interesting. So be sure to search up the Submerged podcast in any of the fashions that you get your podcasts from, whether that be Apple, Spotify, or any other sort of methodology. You should find it there. I'll be sure to put the logo on screen so you know exactly what you're looking for. And if you have been enjoying the podcast, feel free to let your reefing buddies know. It's something that I must admit I was not big on the podcast before, and now that I've started listening to a few, it's a medium that I really do enjoy, particularly while driving, and it's another way to get even more reefing content in my life, and I know there's a lot of like-minded reefers out there trying to do the same thing. So feel free to spread the word. Anyway, guys, I will wrap things up there. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I've got even more tours to come from my Adelaide trip, and I've got a couple of really exciting new product reviews coming out in the next few weeks. So please stay tuned. Same place here, same time next week. I look forward to seeing you then. Till then, guys, stay safe, keep reefing. Cheers, bye.